Hello and welcome to ON1. I'm David Stewart and I'm going to be the module leader for this course. I thought I would just start by saying a few things about the course. It's fundamentally about the language of mathematics, the sort of foundational logical processes that allow you to express yourself precisely and clearly. And being able to do that really is the foundations for every science. Uh, so, um, so that's the kind of the main aim. I think one of the things that you think when you're at school is that maths is just about doing more and more complicated calculations. Starting with adding and subtracting and dividing everything, and then looking at polynomials and solving those, and solving simultaneous equations, and then differentiating and integrating. But really, what maths looks like when you're doing it professionally is more like this. So this is from a paper that I've been writing at the moment, and it's as you'll see, there are symbols in there, but really, this is just all about writing sentences and being able to describe things carefully. So these symbols that you'll see are fundamentally just names for things, and really the understanding comes through being able to for the definitions that you see and the consequences that you can draw from those things. So that's kind of where we want to be, get our heads. That said, there are a lot of symbols in this course to learn, and the point will be, that might be a bit overwhelming at times, but there will be lots of opportunities to practice, and that's kind of where the course is directed. So let me just write a few things down that might be helpful. Let's see if we've got some. Yep, top of the paper. I'll just write my name. It's all over the Blackboard page. If you've managed to get to this point, then you've probably already found the Blackboard page. So David Stewart, the email address you can find on that page. If you've got problems with the course administratively, probably that's the best thing to do, to email me. But for questions about the content, questions on the content of the course, which might be, I don't understand how to do a certain type of question, or can somebody please explain this concept to me? Then chances are, if you've got that question, loads of other people have got it, and this course is so big that it would be very difficult to answer all of them individually, but we can use the Piazza discussion forum. And you can ask things on there anonymously. People will reply to your questions and sort out your problems there. And you can answer each other's questions, which is nice. So let me just say something about the format of the course. We're going to be, so the teaching aspect of it, there are, first of all, lecture notes, and they are being prepared at the moment, trying to slim those down, but you can see the first chunk of those already. So some people just like to read, and that's the easiest way for them to learn, but there are also going to be videos that introduce the new material. So the advantage in having them as videos is that you can watch them, you can watch them back, you can go and if you didn't quite catch something, didn't understand it, you can rewind it and look at it again. I am going to try to keep these videos very short. My plan is, because I know that when you're looking at a screen, it's very difficult to keep your concentration on things. So I'm going to introduce the concept I want to talk about, say something about it, and then give you some examples. And we'll try to do each of those things in less than 10 minutes, should make life a bit easier. You're supposed to look at one or both of those in advance of the review sessions. So these are an opportunity for us all to get together in a big room and go back over the material that will be introduced here. Maybe do some Mentimeter stuff, to some questions to check our understanding. But they are in a big room and they are on Mondays, I believe. And then there are tutorial sessions, and these take place on the Fridays. These are small groups where you get to try problems for yourself. I want to say 3 things about how to make the most of these. So the first thing about doing maths that you need to know is that there is nothing better in this world that has been invented than doing it on paper. So please bring paper. So I know you've got devices, I know you can write on them, but what tends to happen is that people put the question sheet on the device and then try and squeeze in the answers to the questions in the between the lines. And this is not a good way to get in the habit of thinking clearly. Number 2, if you're stuck, put up your hand. So there will be people in the class with you. There'll be either me or a colleague, and we are there to help. So don't worry about how stupid your question is. It probably isn't. Probably lots of other people are thinking the same thing. Don't worry about if you don't understand anything at all and you need to say, I really don't understand what this question is asking me to do. That's what we're there for. So please do make use of us. And the third thing is ask your neighbour. So you may not have met the person that is in the class with you. This is a very good opportunity to do that. If you don't understand things and you want to ask them for advice, by all means. If you want to check your answer with them, by all means. This is a good thing to do, and I'm sure they will be most happy to speak to you. Right, last thing, assessment. So there is coursework that takes place in the form of online quizzes. And the online quizzes will be randomized questions related to the particular type of work that you have been looking at. They will happen during a half an hour window. If you miss the half an hour window, you will get 0 for that piece of work. So you have to make sure that you have a working computer. You have to make sure that you're ready to start it when the window opens. But you can practice it. So there'll be a practice mode available before. So you can see what the pitfalls might be in the questions. There are no retakes. So if you didn't quite understand the question, if there's something that didn't make sense, and you feel it was unfair because you got it wrong, I'm afraid there's nothing that can be done about it. There are no retakes. So that is what I will say if you ask me. But on the other hand, just to sort of sweeten the pill, you only get counted on the best 8 out of 9. So if there's a problem for some reason, you can't get to the computer for some emergency, doesn't matter, because only the best 8 of 9 will count. And that's 30%, the coursework. And finally, there is an exam that is 70% of the mark. This is not supposed to be a difficult course, and I'm not planning to change the format of the exams relative to the past paper. There are past papers on Blackboard which you can look at, and they will be kept very similar to that. So hopefully that was a useful introduction, and I look forward to seeing you in the review sessions, which will happen, I guess, in a week or so. So see you then.